Welcome back to Mr. English Pod. I'm James, and I'm currently 40% caffeine and 60% terrified that this podcast will be hosted by a holographic version of myself by 2027.
Don't worry, James. I checked. The AI still hasn't mastered your specific level of grumpy morning energy. I'm Emma, and today we are tackling the giant in the room, artificial intelligence.
It's 2026. AI is everywhere. It's in our fridges, it's writing our grocery lists, and every student I meet asks me, James, why am I paying you when ChatGPT is free?
And it's a fair question. Just this morning, I asked an AI to help me write a birthday card for my grandmother. It suggested I praise her legacy code and well-documented life API. I think I'll stick to Happy Birthday, Grandma for now. It proves that even with all its power, AI doesn't have a heart, or a sense of what's deeply, deeply weird to say to an 80-year-old. Ouch. Low blow. But it's a valid question. Today, we're going head-to-head. We've got the latest model of ChatGPT pulled up. We're going to give it two challenges, one slang and one formal, to see if it can actually teach you to sound natural, or if it's just a very fast parrot.
That's a classic example of what the experts call AI hallucination. The bot doesn't know what a grandmother is emotionally. It just knows she's an older human unit. It's trying to be clever, but it just ends up being cold. It misses the entire point of the interaction. But before we get to slang, let's test it on something that has been tripping up learners for centuries: idioms. These are the ultimate test of cultural understanding. All right, let's start with the brain rot of modern English. Emma, what's the word of the week?
Okay, perfect. I'll start with a classic. I'm typing, explain the idiom, bite the bullet, and use it in a sentence related to studying for an exam.
And here's the result. ChatGPT says, to bite the bullet means to endure a difficult situation with courage. For example, I had to bite the bullet and study all night for my chemistry final. That's surprisingly good.
That's a solid start. It gets the literal meaning right. But the real test is whether it can capture the feeling of the idiom. Let's give it another one. How about a more emotional idiom? I'm asking it to explain spill the beans and use it in a sentence about a surprise party.
Okay, ChatGPT says to spill the beans means to reveal a secret. For instance, my brother accidentally spilled the beans about the surprise party to my aunt. Again, it's correct, but it feels a bit sterile. It lacks the drama. A human would say something like, come on, spill the beans. I know you know something. The AI provides the definition, but not the personality.
Let's go with aura. Specifically, aura points. It's huge right now. Let's see how the bot handles it. I'm asking, explain aura points to an English learner and give me an example of how to use it in a cool way.
Okay, it says, aura points are a metaphorical measurement of an individual's coolness or charisma. Example, he tripped in front of his crush and lost 10,000 aura points.
I mean, it's not wrong. It's a solid B+ answer.
But Emma, if a student actually said that at a party, would they sound cool?
No, it sounds like a dictionary. Here is the human nuance. Aura isn't just about a score. It's about the vibe you project. If you want to sound natural, you don't always talk about points. You say, his aura is unmatched. Or if someone does something embarrassing, you just whisper, minus aura.
Exactly. The AI missed the collocation. We don't usually say, I'm gaining a metaphorical measurement of charisma. We say, that's a massive aura letdown. The AI is too literal. It lacks the social register, the ability to know how to say it without looking like you're trying too hard.
Okay, let's flip it. Formal English. This is where AI is supposed to be the king, right?
Let's see. I'm prompting it to write a short, polite email to my boss asking for a salary review because I've taken on more responsibility.
Wow, that was fast. It says, Dear Supervisor, I am writing to formally request a consultative meeting regarding my current remuneration. Given my expanded portfolio of liabilities, I believe a fiscal adjustment is warranted.
Oh, stop. Remuneration? Portfolio of liabilities? If I received that, I'd think my employee had been replaced by a Victorian lawyer.
This is a huge trap for learners. It's technically correct, but the tone is uncanny valley. It sounds almost human, but it's too stiff. It's AI coded.
Let's human fix it. In 2026, even in big companies, we want natural phrasing.
Right. Instead of remuneration, just say, I'd love to have a brief chat about my salary. Instead of fiscal adjustment, say, I'd like to make sure my compensation reflects my new responsibilities.
The AI loves big words because it thinks they are safer, but a human knows that clarity beats complexity every time. If you use the AI's version, your boss will know you just hit copy-paste. All right, Emma, for our final and most difficult challenge, we're moving into the minefield of humor and sarcasm. This is where language gets really subtle. An AI can learn rules, but can it learn to be funny?
This is the ultimate test. I'm going to give it a classic sarcastic scenario. I'm typing, my friend was an hour late for our coffee meeting. When he arrived, I said, wow, you're early. Explain why this is funny.
Okay, the AI's response is in. It says, this is an example of verbal irony. The speaker is saying the opposite of what they mean to express frustration. The humor comes from the direct contradiction of the situation. It's technically flawless, but it feels like a robot explaining a joke. It has no soul.
Exactly. It gets the logic, but it misses the entire human element of the interaction. The humor isn't just in the contradiction, it's in the shared understanding, the playful jab, the tone of voice. An AI can define sarcasm, but it can't feel it. And if you're learning a language, that feeling is everything.
Okay, Emma, for our final challenge, and this is a big one for our listeners, we're going to test the AI as a practice partner. One of the most common pieces of advice for language learners is get out there and talk to people. So, let's see if you can do that with a bot. I'm thinking of a classic scenario, ordering a coffee.
Perfect. I'm setting the prompt now. You are a friendly barista in a busy coffee shop. I'm a customer. I will start the conversation. Respond to me naturally. Okay, I'm ready. Here we go. Hi there, how are you doing?
Okay, Emma, for our final challenge, and this is a big one for our listeners, we're going to test the AI as a practice partner. One of the most common pieces of advice for language learners is get out there and talk to people. So, let's see if you can do that with a bot. I'm thinking of a classic scenario, ordering a coffee.
Perfect. I'm setting the prompt now. You are a friendly barista in a busy coffee shop. I am a customer. I will start the conversation. Respond to me naturally. Okay, I'm ready. Here we go. Hi there, how are you doing?
And the AI barista says, I am functioning within normal parameters. How may I assist you with your beverage order today? Oh, wow, that is painfully robotic. Honestly, Emma, that functioning within normal parameters line from the AI barista sounded like a bad sci-fi movie. It reminds me of a story one of my students, Leo, told me last week.
Oh, I love a good student versus tech story. What happened?
So, Leo is brilliant, but he's a bit shy. He had a huge job interview for a creative agency. He used a 2026 specialized AI to help him refine his responses to common questions. He wanted to sound, in his words, flawless. Okay, we've been pretty tough on our robot friend today. But to be fair, it's not all doom and gloom. There are some things AI is genuinely brilliant at for language learners.
So, what's the verdict? Can ChatGPT teach you English?
I'd say it's a brilliant co-pilot, but it's a terrible captain. It's great for generating ideas or checking your spelling, but it can't feel the room. It doesn't know if your boss is a hey dude person or a dear Mr. Smith person.
Well said. Use AI to get the bones of your English.
And to our listeners, if you use AI to write your homework, we will know the remuneration gives it away every time.
Truth. Before we go, let's look at our key vocabulary from today. Aura, your vibe or coolness factor. Natural phrasing, speaking the way people actually talk, not just correctly. Register, the level of formality in your language. Hallucination, when AI makes up facts that aren't true.
Thanks for hanging out. See you in the next episode of Mr. English Pod.